Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Ivy and I do makeup sometimes. So today I'm going to be showing y'all how to get this look right here, which I'd actually posted on my Instagram and my Twitter recently. I'm going to go a little bit in depth with how I've been, doing these colorful brows that I've been throwing into my looks from time to time, and I'm going to show y'all this little graphic liner look as well. And then there's some like faux freckles in there. Anyways, this look, this is what I'm showing you. But this intro is unusually short for me. I don't even know how to segue into the next part. Let's get into it. Alright, so today's video has like a lot that I need to show you guys. So for the sake of time, I've started with my foundation already done, and we're gonna jump right into these blue brows. So to serve as kind of like a base for our eyebrows, we're gonna be using this Eyelure Tame and Define Wax. This is just gonna almost like a shadow primer, just help the product stick a little better. And it's also gonna provide a little bit more hold for our brows. For my brow brush today, I'm just going to be using this XO Beauty Eyebrow Groomer Brush, and I'm just going to use a spoolie on that to make sure the product is nice and evenly distributed and get those brows in place. Alright, to actually fill in the brows, I've picked out these three blue shadows right here from Star Crush Minerals. We have Electric Blue, Sky Skimmer. These probably aren't even facing the right way, and I'm sorry, but anyway, we have Electric Blue, Sky Skimmer, and Royal Rage. Using the same brow brush, we're going to take Electric Blue and just go ahead and line the bottom of our brows. And then we're slowly just gonna drag upwards to start filling in. You wanna be careful to keep this pretty neat, just because when you clean up your brows, you don't want blue eyeshadow mixing in with your concealer. Like, imagine your concealer has a yellow tone and your brows are blue and you have eyeshadow everywhere. The blue will mix in with the yellow and you'll end up with like a green halo around your brows. So you just kind of want to be careful. Alright, so that's what we're gonna leave off with Electric Blue. You'll notice that I filled in this middle portion of my brows and the tail, but I kind of left the front of them just kind of like empty, and that's just because I want to fill this in with a lighter color to help the whole thing blend. So for that lighter color, I'm going to take that light blue Sky Skimmer, and I'm just going to take it on the same brush. I haven't even cleaned it off or anything, and I'm just going to start, filling in that area too. I don't find that I have to take a lighter color in the front of the brows for every single color of colored brow that I do, just because there are some colors that blend into the skin easier than others. But for me personally, blue can be a little bit more of a difficult color to work with, so I like to take extra precautions such as this to make sure I get the most seamless blend possible. I'm also making sure to overlap the lighter blue and the darker blue just a little bit to help it blend even further. And lastly, for the shadows we're going to be using, I'm taking Royal Rage and just filling in the areas where my brows are bald, so like the tails, and this is just a little darker, so it's gonna help camouflage the fact that I have no hair there. Alright, so now to further build that realistic dimension into our blue eyebrows, we're gonna be stepping away from shadows and stepping into cream products. So we're gonna be using our ABH lip palette. So I'm just gonna take my Makeup Shack T69 brush because I don't know where the spatula / lip brush for this palette is, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of this blue shade. And then I'm also gonna pick up a touch of black and just mix these together on the back of my hand. Now you can see on the spatula that they've made a nice navy color. So taking the same brow brush, I'm just gonna start using whatever's on the spatula still because we don't waste in this house. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use it to create hair-like strokes throughout my brows. And now to finish off the brows, I'm just taking the spoolie and rubbing it in the rest of that blue color and just running that over my brow hairs to make sure that they don't look like a different color than the rest of the brow. Now we just need to clean up the brows a little bit to have them looking nice and crisp. I mean, if you were really neat, you don't have to do this, but I wasn't, so I'm gonna. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit of my foundation on a Makeup Shack. This is the one with no name, the large synthetic flat shade or something. It's down below. And I'm just gonna go ahead and clean that up. Alright, so if you did happen to get a little bit messy filling in your brows and you end up with a weird haze of color after cleaning up with foundation, this is where you can save yourself. So just take the full coverage concealer of your choice, dot it underneath your brow bone, and then we're just going to take the same brush and kind of smooth it up and carve out the brow again. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera. Let me zoom in a little further. I feel like that might be a little better, but I still don't know if you can see it on camera. But over here in the tail, I just cleaned up with concealer on the top, and even though the concealer is full coverage, it did mix in a little bit with the blue shadow. So I like to layer the foundation and the concealer because I feel like the foundation will kind of like dilute the blue shadow a little bit, or whatever color you're using, and then the concealer will go in and cover any tint you may have. So that's why we use the two products. I mean, you could definitely live without it if you don't want to do the step, but I mean, I personally am kind of a perfectionist, so I want to make sure it looks as clean as possible. All right, so that's the brows done. For the eyeshadow, it's the most basic eyeshadow of all time, honestly. I'm just gonna take this shadow right here from Starcrush Minerals called Chocolate Cherry Cake. I'm also going to take a Makeup Shack T50 brush and swirl it in there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and run that through my crease. You definitely don't have to use this specific brown shadow. Any warm brown shadow, even like a bronzer would work, but this is just what I have right in front of me, so I'm gonna use it. I'm then gonna load the same shadow up on a Makeup Shack T8 and run that across the lower lash line. All right, so you can stop there if your blending is neater than mine, but I usually just kind of through my crease. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up my lid a little bit using a shadow that's close to my skin tone, but you can honestly use a powder that's like has a tint to it or anything, or like I said, just blend a little neater than I do. So I'm taking Rubbish from Melt Cosmetics and I'm gonna use a Sigma E50 brush and just, you know, pat that on my lid. And there you go, that's pretty much the eyeshadow. All right, so as y'all saw at the beginning of the video and in the thumbnail and Instagram and everywhere else, this is a graphic liner look. So I'm gonna go in with my Vivid Brights liner in Vivid Halo and create the liner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create dots, tiny dots, right where I want the liner to be, just to kind of map it out a little bit. And then we're pretty much just gonna connect the dots and, you know, draw whatever liner makes you happy. But for me, I'm just gonna do like a half moon shape almost above the crease and then a negative space wing. If you're gonna be using the like regular applicator to create your liner, just make sure that you're really like wiping off the excess on the corner of like the lip of the tube and then going in, so that way you don't end up with like hella gloopy liner. So I'm just creating this rough line first and getting those even first, and then I'll go in and smooth it out. All right, so that's where I'm stopping with that portion of the liner. Now we're gonna create the negative space wing. All right, so now that we have that portion of our liner done, we're gonna start pulling out the wing. Keep this line really thin because we are making a negative space wing. Then we're gonna pull in the top of the wing. Again, just keeping that line nice and thin. And then now that we have these kind of like jagged lines here, we're just gonna go ahead and smooth them out. And just to make sure that it looks as clean as possible, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my Makeup Shack T75 and a little bit of concealer and clean up any mistakes. All right, so that's the eyes pretty much done. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some mascara and tight line my upper lash line, put on lashes, all that, and I'll be right back. So for lashes, these are not the ones I originally wore with the look. The ones I originally wore were in the style Showstopper by the Makeup Shack. But I don't know where I put those, so I just wore these that I had right over here. These are by the brand Sosu, and I'm not exactly sure what style these are because from what I saw online, all of their lashes are named after like, just like names. But all this package said was New York, so I'm not sure. But these look close to their collaboration with Penny's in the style Holly. Those bottom lashes right there are what I feel like they look similar to. So that's what I'm going with. But yeah, wear whatever lashes you want. These are just the ones I'm wearing. So we're gonna move back to the face. I've already bronzed and everything and contoured and all that, so we're just gonna get into blush. My blush today is gonna be this one right here from Makeup Geek in the style Chivalry. And I'm just taking that on a Makeup Shack 221, and I'm really gonna heavily apply that on my nose and then start to blend it outwards. And I'm also gonna apply it to my cheeks and start to drag it a little bit towards my nose as well. All right, so for this look I did faux freckles. So what I'm gonna do for my faux freckles is I'm gonna take Chocolate Cherry Cake, the same color we used in the crease, and a brow pencil. So I've picked up some of that with a brow pencil and I'm just gonna tap off the excess onto my hand. And then I'm gonna use this to dot on freckles. For my freckles, I kind of like to go in like tiny clusters. So like right here, I'll just do like a few, and then I'll go through and like really scatter them just to make sure they look nice and like uneven. But I like to keep the bulk of those clusters where the sun would hit. And I'm always making sure to kind of tap over my freckles with my finger just to soften them. And then for highlight, I'm gonna go for a bit more of a natural look, so I'm going for something that's like close to my skin tone. And for that, I'm gonna be taking LeBron's Jackie Innes collab with Artist Couture. Just taking that on a Makeup Shack T15. And lightly highlighting the cheeks. For this look, I'm thinking more, you know, dewy than blinding. Of course, I can't go without my nose highlight, but I'm not using my usual like Luxie brush just because I don't really want a very strategic placement. I just kind of want to, you know, get a glow going. Alright, so originally for this lip, I'd use my CoverGirl lip oil as my like base for this lip color, I guess you can say. But I don't have that near me. It's actually in my car and I don't want to go down and get it. So I'm going to use this CoverGirl Gloss in Berrylicious. It looks really pink right now, but it shears out. You could also use a clear gloss, but I don't have one of those near me either, so. And originally for the ombre, I'd use a mixture of these two Kat Von D lipsticks that are listed on the screen right now. But, I mean, just to make it a little easier, I'm just gonna use this ABH gloss in the shade Hibiscus. Just so that it's like one product, you know? Just gonna apply a little bit of that to the center. And then you still have the same like corally color you want in the middle and the same like just made a popsicle look, but like without as much work as what I did initially. Gonna hit my face with some Fix Plus real quick. Did I say setting spray or Fix Plus? This is the CoverGirl Look Lock Up setting spray. So yeah. Alright, so clearly I'm not gonna finish this thing with my bonnet on, so I'm gonna take that off and make myself look okay, and then I'll come right back. Originally, I'd worn like yellow off the shoulder shirt with this look and it was real cute, but my foundation today is a little too dark for my body, so it looks a little weird. Anyways. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this little colorful brow and graphic liner tutorial. If you did, make sure to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And while you're down there subscribing, might as well hit that little notification bell so you're notified next time I post a video. If you'd like to check out my other social medias, my Instagram and Twitter are both at @IvyKungu, and my Snapchat is MissPoisonIvy01, but those are always linked right down below. And yeah, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!